my first role at Barclays was in the business planning team as part of personal customers. I joined the bank in 2005 and spent about 2 years in the business, and my role was essentially to tie together both our product and marketing initiatives working with the sales channels, so the branch channel, online and telephony. It was a fantastic role to learn about the business as it involved both planning as well as execution, working across the business, and I learned a huge amount both about banking and about Barclays as an organisation during that nearly 2 years. My reason for leaving Barclays after 2 years was essentially that I had the opportunity to go and work at Google. I was approached by Google and had already been interested in online and learning more about it. And although I felt that I would certainly benefit from staying at Barclays, my firm belief was that my learning process would be massively accelerated by going to a company which essentially was defining how the internet was created. My job was to go and support the sales teams in what was essentially a product marketing role, helping them to understand how banks think about and measure their marketing activities. So I was both helping to prepare materials, infusing them with new thinking about how they could go out and talk about Google's product range of advertising products, and also going out and meeting clients, typically marketing directors or multi-channel directors, at the client's premises. Having an interest in the organisation, my firm belief was that Barclays was putting digital at the heart of its business. I watched some of the videos that Anthony Jenkins was involved in and which are up on YouTube. I read some of the annual report material and the quarterly earnings forecasts, talking about the role which digital is and will play within the bank, and felt that I wanted to be involved in what I think is a really exciting transformation with digital at its heart. The Barclays Alumni Programme is a global programme, and it's designed for colleagues to essentially stay in touch with Barclays through a portal. And the idea is that it will give people an insight into what's going on in the business, help them to understand the major programs that are underway, and essentially retain that informal link so that people can dip in and out of Barclays as former employees as often or as little as they want. It'll be launched at the end of this year, and going into 2015, there's going to be a series of alumni events and launch events so that we can really talk to our former employees, our former colleagues, about what the programme has to offer. I think it's a great way of people staying in touch in a more formalised way than, for example, just joining a LinkedIn group, and it essentially provides that structured environment within which people can stay in touch with Barclays. If I had to give advice to a Barclays alumnus who was thinking about coming back, I think there are 3 things that I'd say. Firstly, never say never. I didn't have a uniformly positive experience when I was at Barclays the first time, but there was enough about the organisation in terms of its heritage and also in terms of what it's doing today to tempt me back. The second thing I'd say is stay in touch, and the alumni portal is a great way of doing that. Because you can go in as often or as little as you want, you essentially engage on your terms. So it enables you to stay in touch with the organisation in a more formalised way than you might otherwise do. And the third piece of advice that I'd give is to stay in touch with people at Barclays who you valued, both in terms of understanding where the organisation's going, but also understand what they're doing with their careers. Barclays is a place where you can learn enormously, and I think that's one of the attractions of the organisation. It certainly was one of the things that attracted me back. So if you're the sort of person who wants to learn, but also feel that you may have something to contribute on your second or even third visit back to the organisation, then bear it in mind and stay in touch with Barclays.